What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Katt Williams. He done set these streets on fire when he was out there on Club Shay. Everybody's worried about Katt Williams. They think somebody gonna do something to him because basically he was exposing a whole lot of secrets and oaths and things of that nature. But one thing is for sure, Faizon is out here and he has something to say about Katt Williams. Him and Katt Williams had beef for a long time back in the day. Allegedly, Katt Williams pulled a rake on him. Allegedly, he had a rake on him. It was a whole situation going on. But one thing is for sure, Katt Williams did mention his name while he was over there at Club Shay with, Shannon Sharpe, and basically said, Katt Williams said he took 46 people on a comedy tour with him and the comedians were funnier than him. So basically he's saying if anybody tell you anything differently, he is a fat Faizon lie. I was like, oh child, he's going in. And so Faizon has response. So check out what Faizon had to say.
Listen to what he's saying. He's actually calling for help. He's calling for help. None of this says lines up with nothing. He runs a Fort something sub. Chimp Williams. Chimp Williams. It's hard to address lunacy and hypocrisy. Downright ignorance. But it's so funny how many people think this dumb, stupid is spitting truth. But that's the internet, I guess. You guys want to believe in something so bad. I guess you left God and now you believe in chimps like this. Who's an actual chimp and you're not.
So let's get into this whole situation. You guys heard what Faizon had to say. What do you guys think about what he had to say? He said Katt Williams is crazy. It seems like Katt Williams was in his right mind, his right state of mind. He was able to speak his truth and speak it the way that he wanted to speak it, and to let the people know out here in these streets that these conspiracy theories and these things that you think there are sacrifices that are going on in gatekeepers is true, is real. He has been axed. They have came for him. But in any event, when it comes down to Faizon didn't like it and basically saying that Katt Williams is crying out for help. It didn't seem like he was crying out for help. It didn't seem like he even mind being blackballed because when it comes to Katt Williams, he said when it comes to Faizon character, when it comes to Big Worm, everybody loved that character. That was such a loving character. How come it hasn't been used again in Friday? How come this character hasn't been revised? What happened? Because it sucked. And this is why you do not see Big Perm or Big Worm anymore. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. It seems like he has hit a lot of people and they're kind of twitching out here in these streets. Katt Williams also wants to know that when it comes to these comedians, when it comes to Steve Harvey, he says Steve Harvey doesn't do comedy anymore, and Faizon has never been on a tour in 30 years, and Faizon has never been on a tour, period. So he's basically questioning whether Faizon is actually really a comedian, whether he even deserves that title or that name, and it seems like Faizon is ticked off about that, and he's coming out, he's speaking, but he's trying his best to speak in the best way because he's not a match for Katt Williams. And it would have been nice to see that he could actually show us that whatever Katt said about him was wrong. So now let's move on to Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy had a lot of things to say, child, so check it out.
Katt Williams, your little ass get on the Sharpe show and just get in your little ability, get in ways, and you say all the time what you're supposed to say. See, there's a lot about certain rap I could say, but I know it's some shit I shouldn't say, so I don't say it. I remember when the culture was switching over, and a lot of double OGs and triple OGs and OGs to the game didn't understand it. And they were saying about it. But me, I eased up and I nitpick and I choose what parts of it not to understand, what part of it not to respect, and what part of it was hard to accept, right? That's when I realized nothing stays the same. Everything changes. You said some shit about the Bernice Jenkins thing. I was a fan of the Bernice Jenkins before that movie ever came out. You said some slick shit about me in one of your stand-up. You was being sarcastic, saying that if Trick Daddy could own a restaurant, you could do anything. Well, you bull ass. Keep my name out your mouth. I'm not no comedian. I'm a street first, okay? Keep my name out your mouth, ass. Keep Rickey Smiley name out your mouth. Keep all OG's name out your mouth. If you don't like a person, you don't say it. I've told people that I didn't think you was funny. I ain't never say I didn't like you. And I'm glad I didn't never say I didn't like you, because by me not thinking you were funny, I actually saw you one day and I was laughing. I was crying laughing one day. Remember that little boy put you in the headlock? I was crying.
So you guys heard what Trick Daddy had to say. So he came out here, he stepped up for, Rickey Smiley, and it seems like he felt a certain type of way because he was talking about people that he liked. And also Katt Williams said if Trick Daddy can have a restaurant, you can do anything. So in any event, as you guys know, when it comes to Trick Daddy's restaurant, his food, he could definitely cook good. His food look good and everything else like that. But him cooking the food and him in the kitchen, not too appetizing. But in any event, Ludacris is definitely out here in these streets, and he's out here stomping, and he's out here rapping, he's out here putting words together, he's out here, freestyling, dissing Katt Williams and responding to him, basically saying Katt Williams is looking for clout, he's looking for clicks and views and likes. I was like, Katt Williams is the clout, because that video that he did over there at Club Shay is almost at 20 million. It's gonna soon be at 20 million views. So that's crazy. So Ludacris feel a certain type of way. 20 million people viewing what Katt Williams had to say about him, saying that he allegedly went to Illuminati meeting together. That's a whole situation. But one thing is for sure, in his rap, Ludacris said he earned his Fast and Fury checks. He earned his John Singleton checks. So he's basically saying he did what he's supposed to do. He was out here working and acting. It would have been nice if he would have responded and said that, Katt Williams is maybe upset because I got the part and he didn't. And he's making up this story, which is ludicrous. Okay. But no, he just said he didn't go to no meeting. He showed his necklace, his, Jesus piece, basically saying he believed in God. He believed in Jesus. That is not him. And it seems like when it comes to Ludacris, his peace has been disturbed because he's on there freestyling, or maybe he's waking up. Katt Williams said the people that are trying to get at him, the people that are in a gang, and they've been in a gang for almost 30 years, these comedians and some of these actors, are lazy and they didn't earn what they got. And so Ludacris is responding, saying that he earns his Fast and Fury checks and he earned his John Singleton checks. Okay, so y'all tell me what y'all think about that whole situation. But when Katt Williams said that he had a meeting and he was invited to a Illuminati meeting, and he was told that is either him or the other guy that they are going to give $200 million to, but there are some things that you have to do first, and then they will make the decision to see if they were going to be compliant and if they was going to bend over backwards and lay down and roll over. And one of the things where you can't have sideburns, you can't have a beard, you have to be clean shaven, fresh shaven, and you gotta cut your hair, you gotta shave your head. And Katt Williams said the person in the room with him was Ludacris, from Katt Williams' own words. And he also states that he gets $10 million a movie, which I guess is going to total up to $200 million or whatever else, Ludacris got to do, whatever. But Ludacris saying this is Ludacris. This is not true. So Katt Williams said there was a meeting. Okay, and the people was there, and they basically it seemed like they was auctioning who is the best person for the job and what you gonna do for the job, almost like it's some type of trade out here in these streets for these roads and these parts. And this is why Katt Williams continue to keep saying that, everything that with him is a virgin on his body, and he's glad that he's never had to do anything with the same sex, to maintain a career, to maintain in Hollywood. So you guys tell me what you think about this whole situation. And yes, Katt Williams really came out here and he was sharing information. Katt Williams has always shared information, especially when he does his stand-up, and that's one of the reasons why so many people did love Katt Williams, because when it comes to Ludacris, like, what? Not Ludacris. Ludacris is one of the greatest rappers that ever lived. He is so phenomenal. He is good with his music. But Katt Williams said when you sign these deals, with the people out here in these streets, that you're gonna end up getting married. She gonna be light skinned and she gonna have a weird fat face looking. He said that about Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and also none other than Ludacris. So this is a whole situation. This situation about Ludacris is hard to believe. Not Ludacris. Ludacris is so talented. Ludacris had this. Ludacris had that. Ludacris had the look. Ludacris had the raps. Ludacris had the formula. But basically, the formula could be something else. So y'all tell me what y'all think about Ludacris. And Ludacris is the clout. They've been talking about him, and he came out here like our hurricane, our tornado, and like the northeaster we are about to have out here where I'm at. I'm getting prepared for a snowstorm, child. About to have an after White Christmas. So the whole situation, Katt Williams has been out here saying that people have been taking the easy road. They've been taking the easy road. They haven't been doing 100 city tours, 12 multiple tours, all the tours that Katt Williams say that he do out here. Okay, he's saying that they lazy and they ain't keeping up with him. Point blank, that about him, or whatever the case is, whether it's true or not. He don't want people to think of him like that, because there's really nothing that's out here that has been negative on Luda's name. I don't remember anything. I can't remember when Ludacris did something wrong. So